Hello everyone, and welcome to the 161st episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. My name is Benedict. You may know me better as BHL Hudson. Here we talk about movies, TV shows, a bunch of nonsense. Sorry, with me as always is my friend, co-host, and Frisbee star, Frederick. The Frisbee King.
Guy.
The Frisbee Lord?
Frisbee Duke, some would say.
I like how we're progressively going like lower in rank here. Started as king.
The Frisbee Emperor, Frisbee landowner?
Frisbee property haver?
Frisbee person?
Well, you were quite the Frisbee person this weekend. I mean, not that it's unusual from any other weekend, but you were out here playing the Frisbee tournaments, just doing your thing.
I was out there playing. We had regionals for mixed indoors, and boy, did I get into it. So
we talking some epic throws and catches. I don't know the technical Frisbee terms, but
those are very technical, and you are very correct. It was 2 days of like 6-7 hour a day, like 6-7 hours a day, and I was just exhausted and bruised by the end of it. But it was a good time.
But no amount of physical exhaustion could stop you from potting, of course.
Of course, never. If I died on that Frisbee court, I'd wake up the next day to pod.
Goddamn right you would. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I would hate you if you didn't. And we got another 2-day tournament coming up this weekend. So, no
rest
Frisbee
for the
grind
wicked
is happening.
Yeah,
that's what they say.
The grind don't stop. Well, today we have a little bit of a throwback, a classic episode to how we used to do it in the good old days when we were like 15. Where we're going to do a quick little set of mini reviews. Keep them real mini this time. I'm going to do a quick little set of little news catch-up. There's nothing too crazy, but we got to talk about, the Guardians Holiday Special trailer, the Gentleman series news.
The Avatar trailer, perhaps.
Perhaps the Avatar trailer. I actually didn't even include that, but yeah, Avatar, and maybe even The Glass Onion, depending on if you've seen it this time. And then we're going to do a little topic. We're going to be talking Dream DC Marvel crossovers. Now, I know this sounds like an amazing topic and very self-explanatory. However, let me just real quick explain. I just thought we'd talk about because I feel like I'm going to tie that into current events and such. Given the current climate in the Middle East, given a lot of movies these days bring in characters from other franchises. We got the Spider-Man crossing over. We got Wolverine coming back, all this stuff. I thought it's inevitable that we're going to get a DC Marvel crossover. It's going to happen at some point, probably in the next 15 years. I'm putting it out there.
So this episode is premeditated, is what you're saying. You've thought about this.
You're goddamn right, and I'm definitely not just spinning this on the spot, making some shit up. I've actually been told recently that I have an excellent bullshitting ability, which I'll take as a great compliment. It's like, you're actually really good at, if you want to get out of a situation, saying a bunch of words that ultimately amount to nothing, and people go like, oh yeah, okay. And then I can just weasel my way out. It's perfect. But anyway, this one has been premeditated, though. It doesn't apply to this scenario. So I was thinking we'd talk about...
I'm definitely not doing any weaseling right now.
Anyway, we'd take two characters, and we'd say, which two characters from DC and Marvel would be really cool to see cross over in some way. It's going to be great. So...
It's going to be so awesome.
It'd be fucking amazing. So, let's jump into this, do some real brief mini reviews. I have here 3 or 4 that I'll breeze one, you breeze one. And if you want to talk more in depth about one, you can save it for when... Probably next week we'll talk Black Panther 2 is the main one, and then we'll do a bunch of mini reviews. So if you have ones you want to say a lot about. But first of all, I've watched a bunch of films for my film class. I'm not going to go into a lot of them. The only one I will say, just because I feel like there was some notable memery in it, was we did have to watch an Irish horror film called Dead Bodies. 2 things of note here. One, the star of the movie is just the creepiest looking man. I was like, you're born to play villains. And I was like, I wonder what else he's been in. And it turns out it's one of the earliest roles of your boy C from Spectre. If you remember when Ralph Fiennes is like, now we know what C stands for. Whatever, remember that? That's him.
And then we had our whole...
cock. We did have our cockpit. It was great. But yeah, he's in it. And I just thought it was great that he's always been kind of just a creepy looking actor. Great person maybe, but born for villainy. And also something
he's also Moriarty in the Sherlock
he is,
show,
yeah,
right?
he's probably more famous for that. But also just another note that I found I think you would find interesting. I was doing some research because, film student and all. And the film is in fact written, and this is the most bizarre crossover ever, by the author of the Skullduggery Pleasant series.
What?
Very strange. I think it may be his only movie ever. And it's just...
That's so weird.
It was a very random Wikipedia jumping that I did there, and I was like, oh, goodness. So I thought I needed to let you know that I watched a film written by the Skullduggery Man, and it was thoroughly
that
mid.
is truly amazing. And did you like the movie?
It was pretty mid. It was whatever. Yeah.
Unlike the book series, which
go.
is top tier.
Which is your favorite thing, I think.
I almost met him, I always went to see Derek Landy, and then
I
just
got a
didn't.
girlfriend, or what's the...
And had a frisbee tournament, actually.
But yeah, go for it.
All right, well, just kind of saying this every week now, but have been watching more of The Office. Just kind of rewatching the whole thing, and gotten to season 9 now. Just watched a whole bunch since last time we talked about it, but it's so good. I mean, we watched Michael's goodbye, very emotional, and then, as we know, like, the next 2 seasons are not as good, but so weirdly enjoyable in some ways. I have to say, there are some things I'd forgotten because it's like a few years ago since I watched the show, and Robert California is such a strange dude.
Yeah,
This guy sitting there like, God, that's so weird.
he's kind of a confusing character as well.
Yeah, and I hate Nellie with a burning passion in season 8. She becomes fine in season 9 until the Nard dog does a complete 180 and becomes the biggest douchebag alive.
It becomes the Nard anus. I was gonna say Nard asshole, but I don't know why I went with like a
When he comes
technical
back from the Bahamas, they're like, "Welcome back, Nard anus."
Pete high fives Clark.
Pete stealing Aaron from under Nard anus's nose.
From right under the Nard anus itself. Yeah, that's... Pete does come in with the... They do also, in season 9, if I'm not mistaken, there is actually a New Girl reference. What a crossover there.
There is.
Do you remember?
How
There's a part where Andy comes back from the Bahamas and he shaves his beard and he goes like, "Who's that girl?" "It's Andy."
Oh.
It's terrible, but yeah, it's great as well.
I see. I see. I've not gotten to that part. I'm gonna purposely fast forward.
Yeah, no, I'm actually with you on that Office rewatching train because I was, not that I'm getting sick of the New Girl, but I just thought, I should give it a rest for a while so I don't get like overly, overwatch it.
Don't
and rewatching The
oversaturate
Office,
it.
well, that's the thing. It's kind of like, I think I oversaturated The Office a bit, and now I haven't watched it for like maybe a year or two. And now sitting back and rewatching it, I was just like, this is so pleasant and delightful. And it's also, I think I forgot how, like, not that it's an intellectual comedy or whatever, but like, it's more...
I forgot how clever I am that I actually get all these jokes.
But like, it's more...
When Kevin talks funny and doesn't say all the words, I'm like, haha.
But like, especially in the earlier seasons, it's just like more subtle humor than like, some other sitcoms. Like not more subtle, more like down to earth.
Look at this guy.
Anyway, it's very enjoyable. It's a very delightful, and just also heartwarming. Like, I just watched the Halloween episode where Michael, he's like acting like an idiot, and then he goes home and he gives candy to the kids, and it's all very wholesome. It's a sweet thing. So yeah,
sweet things.
I have no peer, but it's been so long, and I've already made like a video about it, so I think we can kind of skip over it. It was kind of good, kind of meh. It wasn't my favorite, but I did something definitely worth talking about. I did watch, against my will, Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. Having never seen...
Again, this sounds like something you definitely just watched by yourself.
Yeah, it's just against my will. Definitely not on a nice rainy Saturday night, just cozied up in the bed with a hot
bit
cup
of
cocoa.
popcorn just by myself.
Yeah.
You know what it's time for? Twilight.
You know what it's time for? The last Twilight film, having not seen any of the other ones. It's genuinely, truly garbage. It's one of the worst. Like, I know, like, ragging on Twilight is sort of like a dead meme at this point. It's sort of like, it's kind of like making fun of Justin Bieber. Was that like early 2010s kind of thing? But having never seen or read any of it, watching that movie, my God, is it truly awful. It's just like terribly edited, terrible writing, terrible whatever. The only redeeming part is that, spoilers, it ends with like a big final battle where everyone dies, but then it's just a dream, which is kind of bullshit. The one thing I will say,
that was the only redeeming thing.
Well, yeah, no, it was redeeming until they were like, and it was all a dream. And I was like, oh. There is a great thing, though, that the only way to, like, kill a vampire or whatever is apparently you have to rip its fucking head off, which is just fantastic because, like, the rest of the movie is this, like, you know, teen girls go to see it and they're like, oh my god, the love story, whatever. And then they just randomly at times will just rip someone's fucking head off. And it's awesome. And, like, if there'd been more of that.
And I love it. It really gets me going.
Yeah, that's that.
All right. Well, I don't think I've got any other mini reviews apart from these. Cue the intro.
Oh boy.
I have started watching a show called Spy X Family.
I think you might have mentioned that.
Recommended to me by Lele. And
yes.
goddamn, it is so delightful. It's such a so the premise is very topical and connecting the dots here in that the main character is actually called Twilight. That's his code name.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's basically like he's like known to be the world's greatest spy, and then his next mission is to infiltrate the school, like for the elite, where like there's some military general whose kids go there and like to try to like get intel on him. But then the way he's gonna get into that school is by adopting a daughter and pretending to have a wife and stuff like that. And it's basically like just him being like the super spy, but then also having to like learn and cope with family life and how difficult it is. And it's kind of like a fun dynamic back and forth. Very good humor. And also it's a cool main character. And the whole premise is quite fun. So I enjoy.
Okay. Sounds like a kind of wholesome time.
Yeah, it's a wholesome, fun time.
All right. Well, thank you, Lele, coming in with the fire anime recommendations.
And then, of course, I've also been continuing to watch Chainsaw Man every week. Gets so good. The animation, amazing. And it's very rare that I don't skip through like one of the like intros, like anime intros, but the intro is just so good. So you just sit there and watch that entire thing through, and it's delightful. So every Monday that comes out, and I'm loving it.
Just glued to the screen. Glued to that chainsaw.
Glued to that chainsaw, as they say.
As the saying goes. I mean, I only have one last one real quick. And it's actually one that we talked about on the pod when the trailer came out with some excitement. And then when it came out, there was just no hype around it and like no one cared. But I did finally check out 3,000 Years of Longing, which was the new George Miller of Mad Max Fury Road fame film where Idris Elba is a genie and he talks like Tilda Swinton. And I can kind of see why it didn't get a lot of reaction because it was I don't know, it was good, I think, but it was one of those movies where it ended and I was like, I think that was good, but I wasn't actually like
believe that was all right.
I believe Idris was shirtless and handsome for some of it. But it's basically
that I know.
The film kind of just follows Idris like telling stories of his genie life. So like it has sort of a charming like fairy tale quality to it in a way of like hearing Idris tell these like fantastical tales of being a genie or whatever. But then it just kind of goes in circles and I don't know, ends on a kind of unsatisfying note. And I was just like, eh. So yeah, Idris genie movie. I was actually really hyped for it. Kind of bordering on mid. Not gonna lie.
Ooh, bordering on mid, you say?
Sorry, George.
Sorry, George.
But yeah. But
George the monkey enters, very angry.
God, do you think George Miller is ever mistaken for George the monkey?
Do you think George the monkey's ever mistaken for George Miller?
Yeah, the opening of the movie Rampage, The Rock is like, wait a minute, is that famous Academy Award-winning director George Miller? Oh no, sorry, it's just my monkey.
Oh no, sorry,
George.
it's my albino gorilla friend.
Sorry, it's my 10 feet tall albino gorilla. Well, we can just
common mistake
to some newsums, and see the thing is we've got nothing here that can headline a pod title thumbnail, hence the topic. But we have some delightful little nuggets. We have
okay.
Do you see the trailer for the I've just written here Reynolds Ferrell Christmas musical, which I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called Spirit or something. But Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell are making a Christmas musical. Which I think explains that delightful video of them doing that TikTok song a while back. I think that was like in
that is
promotion.
one of my favorite videos of all time.
It is very good.
It is so good.
But so basically, yeah, it's this new movie where Will Ferrell's like the ghost of Christmas present, and they send him to deal with Ryan Reynolds, who's just this like asshole CEO guy or whatever, and then it's like a parody of the Christmas Carol, because Ryan Reynolds is like, what is this, a Christmas Carol? And it's like very self-aware, but then ultimately
it's so niche.
He'll probably learn a beautiful lesson, and they'll sing some songs.
Well, I mean, the songs I'm there for, the Reynolds I'm there for, the Will I'm there for. So
I thought you were going to be sour on the Will there. I thought you were like building up to being like the Will though. I don't know.
I enjoy the Will at times.
Yeah, I enjoy the Will a lot. I think sometimes he might be maybe a little overused, or like not like that. Not like,
sometimes a bit of like an old worn leather boot. But
sometimes he just gets too many jobs. I don't like it. No, I just feel like he does like some comedies where it's just like, this feels a bit like a phoned in. Like, look, I'm Will Ferrell and I'm with like Tina Fey at a bachelor party, whatever the fuck that movie was. Do you remember that one? No one else does either.
Not really.
But this one, it doesn't look great, but it looks like it could be a fun Christmas time. So
it does.
Get hyped.
I mean, it sounds like it, anyways. Also, did you see his Christmas ad for like Aldi or something?
Reynolds? No,
Will's. Like, he dressed up as the elf again, and everyone was going fucking ape shit over it. It was like, they're like, Aldi. I don't know if it was Aldi or something else, but Aldi just won Christmas. It's like, no, it's just Will Ferrell walking around in his elf costume, like, can I talk to the manager?
They've done this. I feel like they do this every year. They had like Macaulay Culkin doing like a Home Alone like Amazon ad, I think, a few years ago, and I think they're doing like a Christmas Story or whatever with that kid, and he's all grown up now, and now Will Ferrell was already grown up. He's just way older now. I did not see that.
Older and grayer.
But to be fair, it does sound like Aldi absolutely won Christmas.
Everyone was going like, this is the best thing I've ever seen, when it was thoroughly Idris movie mid.
I also love the idea of going ape shit as if there were like riots in the streets. They toppled governments for it.
The revolution is nigh. Buddy the Elf is in Aldi.
There's not much to say about this one, but there's a trailer for a movie called A Man Called Otto, where it just stars Tom Hanks as the angriest old man, and it's part of me enjoyed that, I guess. He's just like a huge just grump lord, and then, eventually, I guess, like, maybe he learns to love people again or whatever, but
there is something about the name Otto, isn't there? It's just it sounds like a grumpy man.
Yeah, you got Hightower.
Or a man who loves cheese, one of the two.
So either a grumpy rat man. If you're listening to this and your name is Otto, are you a grumpy rat man? Let us know.
Please, write in the comments.
Or are you Tom Hanks? / the same thing.
There's no other choices.
We got a couple pieces. Actually, I'm gonna say we got 3 pieces of James Gunn news in a row here.
3 pieces.
If you think about it, one of them's kind of a bit of a poor connection, but whatever. First of all, James Gunn is basically like the new runner of DC, along with some other guy who I can't remember. But they're basically making him like the Kevin Feige of DC, which I feel like they've done like 3 times now. Like, I've seen that headline of like, blank is the new, overall seer of DC. And it's like,
here comes James Pistol with all his brilliant ideas.
There we go. I mean, he did make the 2 best DC things of the past like 10 years in Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad. But also,
I would have to agree.
I am excited for it. I think it's probably a step in the right direction. But I think also it's kind of like, if you're a director of films and you're like a writer and a creative person, does that make you the guy to oversee like a studio and like Kevin Feige isn't a director or a writer, you know what I mean? He's like a business guy. So I don't know, but I guess it could be worse news.
I've heard of worse things, I guess.
I mean, there are like world tragedies that I liked less than this one.
Like dangerous world hazards like oil spills aren't great, I guess. But
Yeah, so that's our conclusion on the James Gunn DC hiring. Better than an oil
better
spill.
than oil spills.
Well, the Guardians Holiday Special, did you see this trailer?
I feel like I didn't.
What do you got? Okay, we're gonna have a talk off air, me and Freddy, and it's gonna get sexual.
It's gonna get hot and heavy.
I feel like what was that movie recently? Oh my god, it was Black Adam, where when Adam Smasher does some shit or whatever, and Hawkman's like, "You and me, we're gonna talk later," or whatever.
You and me.
Anyway, the Guardians Holiday Special. It looks like a fun old time. The Guardians go back to Earth because Peter Quill is sad about Gamora being dead or not dead, or new Gamora.
Doesn't
members.
remember him or whatever.
And so they go back to Earth to make him happy. And they also, and I think you'd enjoy this, they go on a mission to kidnap the real-life actor Kevin Bacon to make Peter Quill happy because he loves the movie Footloose so much. And Kevin Bacon does make an appearance in the trailer. I kind of wish they'd left that for the actual special. I feel like it would have been a fun cameo surprise, but there's just a scene, I believe, of Drax and Mantis kidnapping Kevin Bacon, and it looks like a fun time.
That is quite fun.
I'm a big fan. Are you a big fan of Christmas specials and holiday specials in general?
I won't lie, not really, but I don't think I've seen that many, to be fair. So I'm here for it. It sounds like a Kevin Bacon kidnapping. Does not sound like a bad time.
Yeah, looks fun. And it's coming, I think, in 2 weeks. So cool.
Ooh, okay.
And then the last kind of James Gunn piece of news, and I only say James Gunn because these two did star in the Suicide Squad together and were very delightful. But in fact, I'm liking everything about this news. The director of the film Nobody, which we both very much enjoyed. Let me just see. What was his name? Ilya Naishuller. Sorry about that. Definitely didn't do that justice. He directed Nobody. He's making an action movie, presumably, I'm going to guess about the president or something, because it's called Heads of State, starring John Cena and Idris Elba.
Ooh.
So a little Peacemaker Bloodsport reteaming.
I like it. That actually sounds very good.
That sounds kind of delightful. So get hyped for Heads of State. I didn't include all of them here, but there were a bunch of casting news about movies there's a series of actors that we like and a series of directors that we like doing stuff. The Russos are making a movie with Ryan Gosling and Winston Duke or something, and Dwayne and
That's such a strange crossover to me.
Dwayne and Chris Evans are in a movie called Red One about Santa Claus or something. There's a lot of things coming up, so we'll keep our eyes on those things. We have some terrible news though. Speaking of the Russos, genuinely one of the worst headlines I've ever read, and I'm not let's see, where is it? So apparently the Russo brothers are taking on a live-action Hercules remake. Oh, and they're also doing it with Guy Ritchie. So this all sounds pretty good so far, right?
Okay. The Russos and Dude Pori, a good combo.
But they are saying it's going to be inspired by TikTok. Which I hate everything about. Also,
what does that even mean?
Real quick, my computer's sweating balls, so I'm gonna move you away so the mic doesn't pick it up. I'll just put you over on the bed here, if that's okay. Can you?
Okay.
Looking at you.
What a beautiful day you've got there.
I mean, it's quite nice. I've got a nice. So this is quite an artistic thing. Is this cool? I know this is really weird, but
this is very artistic, honestly.
Because otherwise it's just gonna pick up in the recording. So
we got the kind of silhouette right here. Let me get a quick little picture.
Yeah, so this is podcasting right here. But so inspired by TikTok. So I don't really know what that is supposed to mean.
This is so weird.
I'm sorry. We can go no cameras if that helps. I'm just
No, it's fine. It's fine. I just find it funny.
It is kind of awkward. But
it's like I'm watching my lecture speak to me.
Yeah, so I have, for those listening, I have moved the computer onto my bed, so Freddy just has a 5-meter distance view of me silhouetted against the window, just awkwardly looking at him on the bed. POV, you're Freddy in Beatrice's bed.
POV, we had a good time last night, and I'm now working.
And I'm now podcasting at your face. But TikTok inspired. I assume that means it'll have like, you know, the
It's
type
gonna be
of
15 seconds long.
yeah, it's gonna be a meme with a shitty green screen Hercules on it. I assume it'll be like you know the dances they do where it's like there's a sort of rhythm to
cannot
them.
be bothered if like we're having a Hercules movie and then Hercules just drops down and hits the gritty or something. That'd be.
I actually really want to see that now. In the middle of Zero
that
to
would be
Hero,
fucking
Hercules hits
Zero
that
to
gritty,
Hero just dances down the hall.
or Hercules busts it down. Good.
Ooh.
Or hear me out. The satyr guy hits the wop.
I was just thinking Hercules hits the wop.
Let's go. How about both of them hit the wop?
Hades.
How about the three fates? They hit the nay. That's not really a TikTok thing. God, this is one of the worst segments we've ever done on the pod. And then Hercules hits the wop. To be fair, it's their fault. They're the ones who said it's going to be TikTok inspired. I didn't make up this headline.
Hades does the Bugs Bunny challenge.
I hate that I know what that is. The Hades 2 henchmen do the lights on, lights off challenge. Whatever that's called.
I just flicked the switch.
I just flipped the switch.
Flick. And Hades is naked behind them.
Hercules TikTok. Great, I guess. Not great, actually. That sounds really bad. And I hate to be like the old man who's like, TikTok, it's so cringe, whatever. But I really don't want to see this movie trying to like relate to the new generation doing like...
No, all of that stuff is just
it's going to come across really cringy, I think. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like the original Hercules Disney one, it does have like anachronistic, like, you know, it has like the modern kind of soundtrack and dancing and stuff, but it's
incorporated in a way that actually makes it good.
Yeah, and also TikTok is garbage terribleness, and yeah, so that would be bad. Anyway, follow me on TikTok, by the way.
Moments later, posts on TikTok.
At BH Johnson. And then finally, we definitely have to discuss here. I think. Do you have anything to say about the Avatar and the Glass Onion trailers? Because I feel like we would just say the same thing that we said about.
Yeah, I mean, Avatar looks good. Glass Onion, I haven't seen it.
You fucking. I mean, you know what? I guess you're just leaving it up for a delightful time when you see the movie, and then it'll all be new.
That's exactly my thinking.
Yeah, for sure. You're definitely not just a shitty podcaster. Anyway, final piece of news. We definitely have to talk about this. The Gentleman spin-off series coming to Netflix. As you know, The Gentleman, one of our favorite movies. And also, I didn't mention this last time, but I was doing a pub trivia quiz, and one of the questions came up, and it was like, what is this movie? And it was the IMDb description of The Gentleman. It was like an American gangster in London tries to sell off his marijuana business. I was like, I know this one. This is for me. I see this one. I flipped the table. Anyway,
I beat up the trivia host.
Yeah, the guy sitting in his little DJ booth making funny comments. I run over, grab the mic, shove it down his throat. Sorry, I got kind of intense there. Anyway, it will be starring Theo James, who I believe is most famous for playing Thor in Divergent. So
no.
Not. You know what? I feel like there's more potential there, maybe. Giancarlo Esposito, a.k.a. Gustavo, a.k.a. the guy from The Boys, a.k.a. the guy who's in everything nowadays. He's really just a prolific man. I love it.
He's just awesome.
Peter Serafinowicz, who we enjoy from...
who is that again?
Guardians of the Galaxy, Couples Retreat, other better things. Vinnie Jones, who I believe is the Juggernaut bitch. And we do have a slightly unfortunate... Well, not unfortunate, we support everyone, and it's all good.
Kevin Spacey.
Okay, take that back. We don't support everyone. But in this case, we're very supportive of the addition of and I want to say the Grand Return, because I don't know what else she's been in. It will, in fact, be starring Kaya Scodelario.
Oh, my God.
I can't believe
How are they going to take one of our
circle.
favorite things and turn... So, there's no Raymond. There's no Raymundo.
No, so I think it's gonna...
What is this?
Well, I think
it's like a prequel.
I think it's going to be like in the Gentleman like world and style. So I don't think it's going to be about the same characters. I think it's going to be like sort of, it might have. I think there might be like a sneaky Hugh Grant cameo or something, possibly. But
well, that I'd be down for. But like,
but I think in general it's supposed
Thor
to be
from Divergent. Who's why do they call you Thor? Because I fear four things.
Look,
and then Kaya. Come on.
Look, okay, we're not hating on anyone.
I am. I do not like Kaya Scodelario.
She wasn't great in that one movie, Pirates 5. But you know what? To be fair, I haven't seen her in anything else. And to be fair, not a lot was good in that movie. So, like, if that was the only movie you ever saw Brenton Thwaites in, you'd probably be like, that guy's a terrible actor. But now we know.
He was awesome.
He's the best.
No, he's a fucking king.
So, look, I'm excited for it. Despite some reservations, maybe. But, yeah.
Fair.
So now it's time for the topic. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Let's get topical.
Let's get topical. And let's talk Marvel DC crossovers, which, again, I'm predicting is inevitable in the next 15 years. If this doesn't happen by 2037, then I will eat my hat.
I thought you were going to say, then I'll eat my ass.
Then I'll toss my own salad. It's the only right thing to do.
God off.
Yeah. As a 35-year-old man, I'll go back to this podcast and be like, well, had to be done.
Well, promise is a promise.
Oh, I have to. Oh, I guess I'll do it then.
Oh, damn! They
Twist
really
my
didn't.
arm.
You've made your entire life, your life's mission, making sure they don't do a crossover. Oh no! Oh, I did say I would do that, didn't I? Oh, shucks.
I rise the ranks of Hollywood, become the head of both companies, just so they won't cross over. Anyway, this bit has gone slightly too far.
But sir, there's a lot of money in it. You don't understand what's at stake here. Or rather, what's at salad.
So, let's go. What Marvel DC characters do you think would be fun and cool to see a crossover?
Can I just quickly ask, are we doing the funny? Is this like things? Is this like people we want to see fight, people we want to see team up, or people
you can
or
do
things
either.
you think will happen? Just
you
whatever.
can do fight, team up, make sweet love. Okay, well, first of all, I'm gonna say a classic pairing. I'm gonna start us off easy here. I'd love to see an Iron Man, Batman crossover. Think about it.
He seems so unsure.
Iron Man. I want to see it. Batman. Think about it. Both genius billionaires. Both make their powers with their money and their brains, but both such opposite personality types. One's all dark and gritty, hitting that gritty, and
Batman just hits the gritty at the Batcave.
Circus Alfred watches.
Like, Master, there's bad guys on the loose. You see the cape flapping about.
And Iron Man, Tony Stark, he's so snarky. He's got that snark about him.
Yeah,
Tony Snark, one could call him. Anyway,
Batman hitting the gritty and Tony Snark.
Off to a great start here.
And then there'd probably be like a fun dynamic about why Iron Man's like, yeah, like I just revealed my secret identity immediately. Like, why don't you do that? You know,
classic, a classic bit of Tony Snark right there.
Classic Tony Snark. Yeah, okay, I can see that.
You can see it. And who, if there was an eventual battle between these two, how we seeing that play out? Also, actually, so wait, let's also, I guess hypothetically here, in 2037, before the salad eating commences, we've reanimated Robert Downey Jr.'s, I don't want to say corpse, but his...
He won't be dead, surely.
I mean, that's 15 years. He is like 60. No, I mean, he'll be fine. He'll be good. But we've like de-aged him. Brought him back. And then I guess it'd be versus like an old Pattinson, maybe? Or will they... Do you think by 2037, I'm sure they will have like probably rebooted the MCU as well. Or like done a whole new thing where it's like, look, there's a new Iron Man, new Captain America. And
what I want to see is Patman and
Downey.
Tony.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, okay, there's a hypothetical world. We see... Or would you rather see Affleck and Tony? I feel like Affleck's too, like, I don't know, murdery and serious.
Yeah, I mean, I'd argue that Pattinson is more serious, but
Well,
at the same time, like, I think it'd be a better contrast between the two.
I think Pattinson's more serious consistently. Like Affleck's Batman, what do we really like? What version are we getting?
Like, it would just be they're both like it'd just be like a bank buying competition.
Yeah.
Which, in fairness, I would like to see.
That'd be
just
pretty dope.
Iron Man and Affleck just running around to the entire, like, all the having a stroke here. All the banks in the country.
Also, you've just given me a great idea. Hercules does the Big Bank Challenge. Zeus hits the Big Bank Challenge.
Hades looks directly into the camera, does cat paws and goes, "Ichi ni san, nya arigato."
All right, I'll be honest, I don't know that
well,
one.
Cut that out.
Just expose yourself a little bit.
Don't.
And then Hermes puts his feet up to the lens and he says, "Kiss the piggies." Oh, sorry, we all know that one, right? It's my favorite trend.
Kiss the piggies. Genuinely, so gross.
Just imagining that blue little fucking Hermes doing that. Horrifying. What if we hit a little bit of this? Alfred, played by Michael Caine, gets in a physical altercation.
He will lose immediately.
Well, you may think that, but what if I match him up? What if I match him up with Mark Ruffalo's The Hulk?
All right. Is this a matchup or is this like a buddy cop duo?
Honestly, the buddy cop, Alfred driving the car, the Hulk like coming out of the sunroof. Literally.
Yeah, the Hulk's head just got. Did you say that?
Okay, no, a serious one. Let's see.
All right. Okay, I got a good one. I got
go nuts.
Ant-Man.
Okay, I was gonna go Ant-Man as well. I didn't know who else to pick though.
Meets Atom Smasher.
All right, yeah. I can.
Let's get really creative with it here.
Let's put the two characters who are just the same. No, I can see it. I like it, and I can see it. I'm thinking they would have.
Can Atom Smasher also get really tiny? By the way.
No, I don't think so. I think that power goes to the Atom, another superhero who maybe it would be cool to see. Yeah, I mean, they would. I think they'd have a similar dynamic to Ant-Man and Peter Parker. Have they ever interacted? Have they ever done stuff together?
Peter Parker.
I mean, I could see that being kind of fun. I do feel like Atom Smasher, bit of a generic character, if I'm honest. Like, doesn't have a lot.
I mean, I think it would more be fun just for Ant-Man's like, wow, you can do what I do, but then they have kind of like a good old-fashioned cock-off, where they just kind of like,
I don't like it.
Trying to like see whose power is better, who's better. I don't know.
I can see it. Is there a limit to how big Giant Man can get? What's his? Like, what if he just keeps getting bigger? Anyway, shower thoughts. All right, I've got a good one here. I've got the first half of a good one, but
okay.
I feel like it'd be cool to see. You know what? I'm gonna revisit Batman, but I feel like this is a more intriguing one.
Okay.
Or actually, I've just come up with the best one. You're not even ready for this. We do Scarlet Witch. Has a meeting / team up with the Martian Manhunter. Boom.
Ooh.
Think about it. Because from a backstory and personality perspective, they have similar ideas. Martian Manhunter, his entire race was wiped out. He has no one. He doesn't know how to fit in. He feels lonely. Scarlet Witch, her family, her brother, her parents, her children that didn't exist or whatever the fuck. Everyone she's ever loved, dead. She has no one. She can't. She doesn't.
Really driving this loneliness factor home here.
She doesn't know how to communicate with the outside world. People see her as a monster.
And then Martian Manhunter comes and morphs into her children.
And is raised by her in what could be seen as either really weird and creepy or kind of sweet.
Kind of a wholesome moment.
Because then when he loses concentration for 1 second, just Billy turns into Martian Manhunter's like top half. She's like, wait, hold up.
Billy getting breastfed all of a sudden.
She's looking down at Jean's.
Sean's lactose intolerance kicks in. Billy need a diaper change.
Genuinely, maybe the worst episode we've ever done. I know I say that a lot. This might be the worst one. This is fucking horrendous. I guess now I'm just thinking about Hades doing the Big Bang Challenge. And I just realized all the terrible things we've said in this episode. But I also do think their powers. Sorry. I think their powers would match up in an interesting way. Like if they did have a conflict of some kind, they both can like manipulate people's perception of things in a way, and they can both fly and shit. I don't know. I think it'd be an exciting meeting, whether it be confrontational or beautiful. Or deeply disturbing.
It can go either way. But that is a good one, in fairness. I will give you that.
God, sorry. Who?
Alright, hear me out.
Alright.
Bloodsport and Peacemaker meets Wolverine.
Ooh.
And then the thing is, Wolverine is chilling in his luxury jungle cabin. And the two of them have... So then Bloodsport and Peacemaker have their little, dick measuring contest. And they just keep shooting Wolverine. And he doesn't die. And they both realize that they're kind of useless. And then they bond with him.
I like this idea a lot. Because there's...
Honestly, let's make this happen.
There's a lot of violence. I feel like their characters will play off each other quite well. And I feel like in the bonding process, as we see in the Suicide Squad, they go to that bar, get drunk, dance around, have fun. I feel like Wolverine would be totally down to go have a drink in a bar and just have a rowdy time. I think
that Wolverine would be kind of like, kind of over both of them, but then him and Bloodsport would kind of bond over the ridiculousness of Peacemaker a little bit.
Yeah, I like how we're also kind of like just writing fan fiction this episode. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, I can see, especially also being men of combat and men of wars and such. I can see Wolverine bonding with especially Bloodsport. I can see that being a very fun dynamic, and hopefully, maybe we'll see something slightly akin to that in Deadpool 3. That would be fun. That would be cool. All right, what if we had a little bit of a Black Panther versus the Joker scenario? I don't know. It's sort of a random, because I was thinking Lex Luthor, because he deals with like technology. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, Lex Luthor is way better. Lex Luthor, because he'll deal with like technology, and he has his own like weird fucking suit, and he'd probably he spends all his time talking about kryptonite and all whatever. So he'd probably try to find like a way to reverse engineer vibranium, or figure out a way how to get through it or whatever. And I don't know. I feel like that could be a compelling matchup.
Is this Eisenberg?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they'd have to go... I don't want it to be Eisenberg. We recast it. We do Bryan Cranston. We do either Cranston or Mark Strong. Boom. Just recast the whole universe. Fuck it.
Alright. I like Cranston.
You don't like Strong as Luthor?
I like Strong, but I think I prefer Cranston.
I guess Strong, he doesn't really have a Lex Luthor type vibe. He's just a bald guy that I thought of. Also, by the way, I just realized another great banging, definitely good topic episode. We could like recast Marvel and DC movies and be like Dreamcast.
Very good.
I'm liking the sound of that. But
I like it.
So the task at hand, and I guess they could have some kind of interesting thing about T'Challa is also like a genius billionaire, but he's like a king, and Lex Luthor's like a self-made man, and they could have like a whole dynamic about that.
Not to steamroll you here, however,
oh boy.
I think Iron Man and Lex Luthor would also be a shout.
That could definitely be a shout. Yeah, because Tony Snark again would come in with some witty remarks, but then I feel like Lex Luthor, he doesn't really have wit. He more so just has like, "Fuck you, I'm rich," kind of attitude, And yeah, plus he looks a bit like Jeff Bezos, and it would be fun to watch
Robert Downey Jr. Jeff Bezos to play him.
Beat up Jeff. That's actually a really good idea.
Have you seen how jacked Jeff Bezos is?
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't say disparaging things about a man who could. Like,
he's my favorite dude ever.
He's so hot. and not at all like a insane, creepy clown person. Have you heard his laugh?
I have. Oh.
Yeah, no. So what we're saying is Robert Downey Jr. versus Bryan Cranston / Jeff Bezos would be a compelling.
Would be a fun thing to watch.
I'm liking it a lot. How about we do one more?
One more each, or one more?
One more overall.
Okay. Oof. Let me think here then.
Pressure's on.
Okay. How about we each choose one, and hopefully it's a good matchup.
All right. We can do that.
All right.
All right. I've got my DC one. You get a Marvel one.
Okay. I go Marvel. Gotcha.
3, 2,
1.
Black
Pop from
Adam.
Luke Cage. Okay.
You say Pop from Luke Cage?
Yeah.
Okay, see, this is a problem because the only, way this isn't a violent encounter is if Black Adam is going in for a haircut, and obviously that's not going to work out. So this may be... I don't know if Pop is going to make it out from this. For those who don't remember, Pop was the, father figure of Luke Cage.
The delightful barber.
Yeah, delightful barber who got, gunned down.
Who's now up against the literal god.
Yeah. So that's not... But I feel we're not doing verses. This could be a team up. This could be Black Adam saves him from the gang violence and...
A team up.
Yeah. One
and now, for the most exciting duo ever in superhero history, it's Black Adam. He's got every possible superpower imaginable. And then, coming to you from the streets of Harlem,
this
Pop
guy. This old and or dead guy, depending on when we're doing this crossover. Anyway, this has gone way off the rails. Apologies for this episode. This was horrendous. But maybe we'll do a part 2 sometime. Maybe we'll plan it if we do a part 2.
I think, maybe a plan might be
a good idea, possibly. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Now it is in fact time for...
the Cnews.
So we have some kind of... I hate to say wholesome Cnews, but that's what it's looking like.
Damn it.
Tom Cruise and the Queen apparently became besties shortly before her passing.
That is... sounds as if he infiltrated.
Wait a minute, that might be a suspicious... It's right before she died of mysterious circumstances. She did
Tom Cruise gives Queen new pill to take out of friendship. Queen dies of cyanide poisoning. Tom Cruise mourns with a wry smile.
Oh my god. I'm just imagining at the funeral, they just pan onto Tom Cruise and you just see just the slightest twitch at the corners of his mouth. A wink to the camera.
Fake teardrops.
I'd like to say, for legal reasons, we do not believe Tom Cruise killed the Queen. Anyway, apparently, they, so because remember he was at her, Jubilee or some shit, and he, met her, and she was, because she was, being in the final stages of her life, she was dealing with, she was not able to see him in person, and she was so upset about this that she gave him, I skimmed this article, by the way, this might not be entirely accurate. She gave him the VIP treatment where he got to see all around the palace or whatever, and he got to fire a ceremonial gun or some shit. And then she did meet him, and they had a delightful meal, and they apparently just got on super well, and they were supposed to meet again. Yeah, so Tom Cruise and the Queen just got on well. There was also a very disturbing photo of Tom Cruise and whatever the Queen's husband was named, Philip, laughing maniacally together from 2017.
Want to know a fun fact here?
I'd love to.
In The Crown, right? Philip is in fact played by none other than Matt Smith.
Well, yeah. So anyway, that was just a nice piece of Tom Cruise. We're gonna go to the announcements and such. First of all, Joe C. said that he was, for Halloween, he was Daredevil from season 1, much like the guy that I met at that party, and his friend was Matt Murdock. So I think both cool
very
costumes.
good dynamic.
And also, fits in with the whole secret identity thing, because it's like, well, it can't be Matt Murdock because he's right over there, and over there's Daredevil. So practical as well.
Very cool.
Let's see. Some comments here. NMS says, glad to see the PPP dropping on the Hot D train. This took me a while to figure out what it meant, but I believe Hot D stands for House of the Dragon. But he did write it out Hot D, which I wasn't crazy about, but yeah.
Did make me slightly uncomfortable, but we move.
Freddy looks great as Anna, says ZJ13Goat. I agree.
Thank you.
I think that was a wonderful choice.
I think that's a huge compliment.
Al Feld says, thank you so much for reading my comment. You're welcome, Al. Again. Boom. Blow your mind.
Yeah, you're welcome twice now, Al. Getting greedy.
Joe C says, the only way Henry Cavill returning as Superman would be worth it is if he does the cump in the suit. I would love that. Also, he says, yeah, hardly anybody recognized me in my black suit Daredevil costume, which is a shame, because I feel like that's a very recognizable costume. And Henry Cavill doing the cump in the suit. Would love to see that. Although doing the cump in the suit just sounds like a horrific phrase. Daniel at the Movies says, another really great and amazing episode. Keep up the truly incredible work. So thank you, Daniel.
Let's go.
Let's go. We got Daniel back on. He was falling off last week. He's back on board. I appreciate it. Although this week he may definitely... what if one day Daniel leaves a comment?
Stop for good.
He leaves a comment like, man, this episode fucking sucked.
Guys, this episode was terrible.
Then we'll know.
Thank you, Daniel.
Then we'll know we have to quit. He also says, P.S. Sorry. Thank you, Daniel. P.S. What are your thoughts on Anderson Silva losing to Jake Paul?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that did happen.
It was one of his more entertaining fights. Like, the last two fights have been kind of shit, so this one was kind of fun. Honestly, I thought Anderson was doing better on the scorecards than apparently he was, but that might, in hindsight, it might be bias because I wanted him to win so much. So, And finally, GC Green left one of my favorite comments of the week. He says, BHL, podcasters don't make fun of kid actors. Freddy. Well, I do. Very good.
So good.
Excellent. So yeah, and let's just see if there's anything on the fan pageroo. Although I'd hazard a bet, given the past few weeks, there won't be. We're not bitter. We get it. Everyone's busy. There's not. But
there's not. I'm not bitter though.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm definitely not unfollowing. No, all good. I think there are stories as well, so follow the fan pages. And yeah, that's the episode for this week. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, hit the bell button, leave a comment down below what you thought of this episode, what Marvel DC crossovers you want to see, and how you're doing. How's your day, man?
Yeah, that's how's life?
Let's get a conversation going here. If you're on YouTube, we're also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, where you can also leave a 5-star rating, a nice review, hit the follow button. You can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson, Instagram, Twitter, BHL_Hudson, TikTok, BHL Hudson, which we love, Letterboxd, Real BHL Hudson, and you can email the pod at bhlhudsonvids@gmail.com.
You can find me on Twitter at FTK_DaltSniper. You can find me on Instagram at Fidalgard. You can find me on Letterboxd at FTK_Thwilms. And you can find me on YouTube at FTK Space Gaming.
Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Hades does a big back challenge.